So how come you know so much about the Raiden Shogun?
You mean me? Perhaps it's because I'm the Electro Archon's familiar.
What? Like Dvalin is to Barbados? Huh. Never would have guessed by looking at you.
It sounds like you'd be more persuaded if you saw me in my fox form. In your dreams.
Huh.
More curious than my appearance is the fact that she and I don't see each other anymore, wouldn't you say? A nation to last for all eternity is a dream that she and I both share. But I don't think that's the same thing as complete stasis. At some point, she started going down a path that became increasingly difficult for me to join. You know, Yae never said goodbye to me before she stepped into the plane of Euthymia. Perhaps it's just my wishful thinking, but I think she did this deliberately, as her way of by neither saying goodbye nor seeing me again. Our relationship will remain forever how it was. In her mind, since we've embarked on two very different paths to eternity, I have chosen the latter because if stubbornly isolating herself in the plane of Euthymia is her idea of eternity, then my duty as her eternal familiar is to drag her back out of her own head and into the real world.
Aw, Miko, you sound like a really great friend.
I'm only telling you this so you can properly understand my plan. Could you possibly spare the sentimentality for the time being? Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. Time for Anti-Raiden Shogun Training Phase 2.
There's a part 2?
If you get hit by the Muso no Hitotachi, that's it. It's game over. I would get training if I were you.
Nowhere to run! Freeze! Scatter! Nowhere to run! Surrender! Cool it! Ha! In death, a new cycle begins. Dodge this! Push your luck! Cool it!
Rain outlines your fate.
Propagate! Spring forth! Scatter! What's the hurt? Freeze!
Time to act. Body and mind. Let me weave you a verse.
Scatter! Propagate! Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Scatter! Freeze! Scatter!
We're finally done!
You did quite admirably. I could see your determination and your hard work.
So, do you think we're ready to beat the Raiden Shogun now?
How do I put this? You're no match for her at all.
Wait, what? So all of this was a complete waste of time?
You are the most important part of the plan. I know what I'm doing. You don't think I'd leave you with no chance to win at all, do you? Speaking of, Traveler, what do you think of the Resistance Army's chant? You're absolutely right. Perhaps they occasionally best the Shogun's army in open battle, but when they face the Raiden Shogun herself, considering even their visions have been taken from them and embedded in the statue, they're ultimately quite helpless.
You don't have to be so blunt. The Traveler's the captain of Swordfish too, you know.
I don't mean to belittle them. On the contrary, it is precisely because of their helplessness, because their visions have been taken from them, that their will is all the more precious. In short, if everything goes according to plan, they may yet prove to be helpful. Oh, goodness, is that the time? I have another guest to receive today. We can talk more back at the Grand Narukami Shrine.
All of the sudden, you're entertaining guests? Hyman's really struggling to understand how you work.
Okay, we can talk here. You asked me about the plan. In fact, I've been mulling it over for quite a long time. Before one makes a plan, what is the most important thing one must do?
Don't know. What is it?
You must understand the situation you are facing. The Vision Hunt Decree was obviously devised as a means of manipulating the Shogun. The ones behind it knowing full well her susceptibility as a puppet, with... Yes, this is the strongest piece of evidence we have to go on. Now, we also know that every aspect of the Vision Hunt Decree's promulgation and execution has been enthusiastically spearheaded by the Tenryou Commission from the out.
Ayaka was saying that every time they submitted a petition against the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou and Kanjo commissions would veto it straight away with no negotiation.
Yes, it's all too clear that both the Tenryou and Kanjo commissions are in... Thus, the current situation is that our Fatui antagonist is still at large. Unfortunately, given that said antagonist is under the protection of two commissions and the Raiden Shogun, we would be rather...
So, what should we do?
It will be easier for us to start with someone from Inazuma. So my plan is to incite rebellion in the Tenryou Commission.
Rebellion? What are you talking about? After everything you just said, it sounds like...
When I say rebellion, I don't mean betraying the shogunate. If we manage to convince her, I'm quite sure we'll be able to get you another audience with the Raiden Shogun. I'll give you a clue. She's currently in charge of the Shogun's army. She visits the shrine at this time every month. She also appears to be standing right behind you.
Don't move a muscle. You've got some nerve showing up here in the shrine when there's an active warrant for your arrest. Don't even think about trying anything. Surrender now. You're coming with me to headquarters. Seize him!
Affirmative.
Kujou Sara!
It seems that you're forgetting. This is the Grand Narukami Shrine. Use of force here is strictly forbidden. Before you proceed, which of you would like to face criminal charges for dishonoring the Shogun,
Ugh. Guji Yae, please tell me you are not sheltering a wanted criminal here.
We are just friends. I don't see what sheltering has to do with it.
All of you outside.
As you wish.
Guji Yae, I'm a little curious. Does it not also dishonor the Shogun to hide a wanted criminal at her grand shrine?
You're the same as ever, Kujou Sara. No one can match you when it comes to loyalty to the Shogun.
As a servant, loyalty to the Shogun is my duty. And as a warrior, I dedicate my life to following the way of the Shogun.
Even though she will one day seize your vision too.
The Vision Hunt Decree is the Shogun's chosen course, and I shall not question it.
It's tragic. Such wholehearted devotion rendered meaningless by circumstance. Have you...
Lady Guji, I need you to be direct. Tell me exactly what you mean.
The Vision Hunt Decree is a trap. Part of a Fatui plot to bring Ina's and your masters, the Kujou clan of the Tenryou Commission. They're the ones keeping the truth from reaching the Shogun.
You're saying the Kujou clan betrayed the shogunate?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Guji Yae, your allegation is not only dangerous, but ridiculous. The Tri-Commission has served the Shogun since ancient times, and remains absolutely loyal to this day. Ever since I was adopted by the Kujou clan, I have seen and heard nothing but pure devotion toward the Shogun. He reveres the Muso no Hitotachi more than anyone. My own respect for the Shogun pales in comparison. How could he ever even dream of acting against the Shogun?
3 days. Come back here in 3 days and I will show you the evidence. As a Guji, there's one thing I know very well. People believe whatever they want to believe. And so, it falls to me to place the truth before your eyes.
3 days? I'll be here. But if I don't see any evidence, I will demand a formal apology for slandering the Kujou clan. He will have to come with me.
Wonderful. Then I'll see you in 3 days. I look forward to it very much.
That was so scary! Paimon wasn't expecting to run into Kujou Sara here. But, Miko, you mentioned evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. Is that...
Why are you always asking so many questions? Of course not. I just had to say something because I clearly wasn't convincing her.
Not entirely...
As plans go, changing the deity's mind is a huge gamble to begin with. We can't expect to be in control of every last detail when we're faced...
Okay, but what are we gonna do, though?
If we want to get our evidence, we're going to need some help. Now, come with me. We must awaken the professional.
That toy Tanuki just turned into a human! What's going on? Not a Tanuki. I'm a Muchi. I'm so tired. If I don't get enough sleep, is this the professional you were talking about? She doesn't look very professional at all.
She is a member of the Shiumatsuban, a genuine, bona fide
Wow, a ninja? So was that one of those legendary ninja transformation techniques? Anyway, what's the Shumatsuban?
It belongs to the Yashiro Commission, a secret unit under Kamisato Ayato. Now, Kamisato Ayato and the Yashiro Commission are neutral parties, so I have no right to give orders to the Shiumatsuban. However, convincing their most chronically lazy member to help us is, well... Here's what I need you to do. It would not be appropriate for me to be seen there.
You make it sound so simple, but...
Oh, I thought you would have figured it out by now. For a complete outsider, probing the inner workings of the Tenryou Commission is nigh on impossible. But since the three commissions work together to serve the Shogun... Now you're following me. The Shogun's army haven't given up on their search for you yet. But with the help of this Shiumatsuban ninja, I'm sure you'll be able to rendezvous with your friends. Don't forget, we're on a tight schedule here.
Toma! Toma! You there? It's us! We're back!
What brings you here? Did you meet with the Resistance? How's the battle going? Is it safe for me to come out yet?
Not just yet. We saw people patrolling on our way here.
So, it's still not over. I guess you came here. I'll get someone to call for Miss Kamisato. Bear with me for 1 second.
I see. You have been through a lot since we last met. I understand. You need evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. Now that you mention it, there is one thing that has always concerned me. The Shogun's army has been at war with the Resistance for a long time now, but not once has the Shogun ever inquired about it. I used to think that she simply didn't care, but looking at it now, perhaps the problem all along has been with the...
What do you mean?
The Tenryou Commission presides over domestic military affairs. If they ever had any intention of concealing information in their reports, we would have no way of knowing. Meanwhile, the Shogun would incorrectly conclude that the Vision Hunt decree poses no threat and would stick to her decision.
But as I recall, the only person authorized to access that kind of official documentation is Kujou Takayuki. It's heavily guarded too. Even with Sayu's help, swiping a document from under their noses is...
If only there was a way we could distract the guards just for long enough.
Yoimiya's fireworks!
That's a very Toma-sounding suggestion. But it's a reasonable one. The statue of the omnipresent god is right by the While they were preoccupied with that, Sayu could infiltrate the Tenryou Commission and take the report, as well as any other evidence she might find.
Great! It feels like I'm getting closer and closer to being a free man again. It feels like it's been an eternity since we last sat down and talked like this. Well, it certainly felt like it to me. I've been looking forward to seeing you again every day since this tea house used to be my favorite hiding place, but now I've honestly lost track of how long it's... Oh man, I want to go to the hot springs so badly.
Poor Toma.
Let's focus on the issue at hand. The sooner the Vision Hunt decree is abolished, the sooner Toma will be free. This was a reunion of sorts, but there's no time to catch up.
Ooh, let's play the hot pot game again.
You're still thinking...
The Tenryou Commission is heavily guarded. Be careful when you get near. Let's meet back here afterwards.
Alright, first let's go to Hanamizaka to find Yoimiya.
Fireworks are more visible at night. If
I really hope the plan works out.
What delicious tea.
Yae Miko, we need an extra-large firework. The super-duper big kind.
extra-large firework? You sure came to the right person. As it happens, I made this really souped-up one just a couple days ago. But it's so powerful that I haven't found anywhere I can test it out yet. Don't forget, move well away from it after you light the fuse, and...
Why does Paimon feel so nervous all of a sudden?
Don't worry, it's just a firework, come on!
We'll give it a try. Thanks, Yae Miko. Well, we got our distraction. Now we just need to wait for nightfall. Pretty much how I thought. There are loads and loads of people. If one of them spots me, I'll get caught. We need to get rid of them, or I won't be able to sneak inside. After I get the document, let's meet back at Komari Tea House, okay? Also, if I do get caught, please come rescue me. Is this really a good idea? Anyway, let's make our way to the statue. Careful does it. Watch out for guards and don't get caught. What kind of firework is this? By the look of it, Paimon's ears are gonna get blown off. What kind of firework is this? By the look of it, Paimon's ears are gonna get blown off. Oh, you are officially nuts. Uh-oh, they're all coming this way. Quick, run!
Move it! Stop dragging your feet!
Well, how did it go? Well done. Let's wait for news from Sayu.
I know exercise helps you grow, but this was a little too much exercise. I feel so dizzy. Everyone is spinning. No, I can't sleep yet. There was something important I was supposed to do for... I didn't know how to find a document you guys were talking about, so I just... Here you go.
My lady, what are we looking at?
This sealed envelope must be an official report that the Tenryou Commission is preparing to present to the Shogun. In addition, we have... It seems that Yae was right. They have been fomenting unrest behind the scenes. This should be ample evidence. Please take them to Yae. I trust she will have a plan for the next step. I will also gather some people to try and root out the rest of the Fatui and Inazuma.
Still, mind yourself when you face the Shogun. I still get goosebumps just thinking about her drawing that blade.
Again, we'll just have to trust Yae. She is close to the Shogun, so maybe she will have a way.
If Paimon remembers correctly, it should be time for a meeting with Yae Miko soon. Let's pack up our things and get ready to head to the Grand Narukami Shrine.
What delicious tea. Books were more interesting than the past.
Lady Guji, here I am, as promised. Rest assured I came here alone and told no one about this trip.
I knew you would keep your promise after all. I'm sure you've barely been able to take your mind off it these past few days.
You're quite mistaken. I would never doubt the leaders of my clan. So, where is your proof?
Ah, how wonderful. Everyone's keeping their promises today.
Oh, you wouldn't believe what we had to go through to get our hands on this stuff.
Hand them to Sara. She can examine them for herself.
What is this? I see this document bears the official seal of the head of the Kujou clan, and it doesn't look like a forgery. I don't understand. Not a single word about the resistance, Sangonomiya, or the situation on the front line. What about the soldiers who gave their lives on the front line, or the hardship endured by the people? Do they deserve no mention? Utter disregard for human life. Why would they want—
For the sake of the Vision Hunt decree, of course. Don't you think the Shogun might reconsider her policy if all of the things you just mentioned appeared in this report?
So, the Tenryou Commission, they are deliberately deceiving the Shogun?
Yes. Now, who else do you think might be benefiting from the Vision Hunt decree?
This is a letter from the Tenryou Commission to the Fatui. The head of the Kujou clan kept this a secret from the Shogun, too.
Well, the things you wanted to see but also wished not to see are here before you. Surely, you aren't
So everything I've ever held on to. This betrayal is unforgivable! Takayuki, you've got some explaining to do!
Kujou Sara seems pretty angry, huh? Looks like our Tenryou rebellion is successfully underway. Yep, let's...
Hold on, Traveler. There's something else we need to discuss.
Huh?
Last time you entered the plane of Euthymia, it was in front of the statue of the omnipresent god, correct? You must find a way to recreate the circumstances of that day. If you can get the Raiden Shogun to open her heart to you once more before the statue of the omnipresent god, you will have the opportunity you need. Take this with you as a farewell gift.
What is it?
The omamori from the Grand Narukami Shrine are very potent indeed. I thought I'd put one aside for you. If you find yourself at your wit's end, take it out and see what happens. Maybe your prayers will be answered and all your problems will disappear in the blink of an eye. Or if you ever think about me during your journey, take it out, won't you? Who knows? Maybe I'll just end up appearing right in front of you.
Cut it out, Fox Lady. This isn't the time or place to be poking fun at the Traveler.
I'm sorry. Well then, time for you to face my hopeless fool of a friend. I'm counting on you.
You followed me here? You've got... Since you are a witness, I suppose I can shield you from arrest. At least until I have received an But if it turns out that you have been deceptive in this matter, then not only will you be arrested immediately, but you'll also be charged with one more crime. Good.
Apologies, ma'am. Orders from the top. No one is allowed to enter.
Out of my way! I need to speak to him. I won't tell you twice.
Terminate! I must withdraw.
Flash! Quiver!
Withdraw.
Soldiers, quick!
No turning back!
At the frying pan, into the fire!
Surrender! Scatter!
Time to act.
Get them!
Nowhere to run! Judgment is upon you. Your penance is due! I must withdraw. You stay condemned!
I won't teach you a lesson.
Guilty! You stay condemned!
Watch your step!
Surrender!
Nice and spicy!
Show me what you've got!
At the frying pan, into the fire!
Nowhere to run!
Storm the front! Strike!
Strike first!
Futile! Surrender!
Show me what you've got!
Spring forth!
Let me weave
I
you a
dare
verse.
you!
Through me, justice is served!
Show me what you've got! Soldiers, quick!
Your penance is due!
I've lost! Don't hold back! I need to train harder. Stop! Sara, have you gone insane? How dare you?
Master,
Go on, ask him! Don't let him intimidate you!
Master Takayuki, I've seen the report to the throne and the letter to the Fatui. Please.
So this is how my documents went missing from headquarters?
Should I take your words to mean that these documents were not forgeries? They were really penned by your own hand. Please tell me, Master. I need to know. Has the Tenryou Commission really betrayed the shogunate?
Yes, I have dealings with the Fatui, and yes, the report you saw was penned by my hand.
He just came right out and admitted it.
The diplomats from Snezhnaya promised a very generous reward indeed. And all their... For too long, the Kujou clan's position has... So, when the chance arose to gain the backing of another powerful nation and crack... It appeared to me to be an excellent deal. I simply saw no need to
But you worship the Shogun. How can you betray her after all this time and act like it's nothing?
Betrayal? How can you call this a betrayal? The Fatui may think they are using me. When the lightning strikes in Ina... After all, none can contend with the supreme power of the almighty Raiden Shogun and the...
Yeah, he doesn't worship the Raiden Shogun herself, but her power as a warrior.
But Master, what about loyalty? Ever since I was adopted by the Kujou clan, you taught me the importance. But it's clear to me now that you wanted my loyalties to stop with the Kujou clan. You hypocrite! Preaching about virtue just to mask your own wretched selfishness!
Selfishness? I am but safeguarding the eternity of the Kujou clan. I'm quite sure the almighty Shogun would be sympathetic to that. As would the former head of our clan.
Hate to say it, but his ego is getting in the way. If he thinks the Kujou clan is a match for the Fatui, Paimon thinks he's in for it.
I've doubted the Vision Hunt decree in the past. I asked myself, is this truly the correct thing to do? Even though it goes against what I know in my heart to be right. But I chose to obey the Shogun. For as long as she leads the way, who among us is qualified to judge between right and wrong when we have not yet reached the end of the path? But now I realize that the path of eternity is one without end, while this path, it has long since... So I'm going to tell the Shogun the truth about all this. If nothing else, my conscience will be clear.
Stubborn and futile. Report to the Shogun if you so wish. The Kujou clan... The Shogun is at Tenshukaku receiving a Snezhnayan diplomat. A harbinger by the name of Signora.
Signora's the one behind all this? Not her again! Way back in Rito, Lady Hiragi said something about the Kanjo Commissioner meeting with an...
A diplomat from Snezhnaya. Well,
Sara stormed off! You can say that again! Alright then, let's do this!